On this episode of the Odd Man Out podcast, we talk about how you can stop wasting your time as a live streamer. If your goal is to become a live streamer, there are tons of things that you're doing incorrectly right now that are inhibiting your growth. So, let's talk about it in this episode. Remember, we post daily on our YouTube channel about how to be a better content creator. If this is something that interests you, be sure to go and check out our YouTube at youtube.com/@OddManOutStudio. That's youtube.com/@OddManOutStudio. Enjoy the episode. The timing on that was impeccable, Sabin. What is up? Dude, you counted it and clapped as the stinger came in. Sabin, what episode number is this?
11?
We're on episode 11 of the Odd Man Out podcast.
Crazy.
Dude, how does that feel, Sabin? Have you ever been so committed to something before? Dude,
It feels
there's no way.
cool. I'm not gonna lie. I feel pretty baller that we've reached episode 11. Yeah.
So for our audio listeners, Sabin just so coyly pulled up some shades from his desk that he totally didn't plant there and put them on his face. Yeah. I actually can't believe we made it to episode 11.
Me neither, man.
We're over the hump.
Episode 11 is we've officially hit that point where we're real, right?
We're real. I think we're a
we've hit
real
the
person.
percentage.
Yeah, I'm a real boy now.
That's insane.
Not a wooden puppet. Yeah, what's up, Odd Man Out podcast? Guys, this is episode 11. So if you're new here, we have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@OddManOutStudio. We make content every single day. We teach content creators how to do better, how to just build their content studios. Wow, maybe not a studio, but building their content, their brand better, smarter, faster, stronger. What's the song?
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk. Yep, Daft Punk. No affiliation with Odd Man Out yet, but stay tuned. No, I'm just kidding. Daft,
if they're looking for
if
a
you're
cool
bored.
video. Yeah, if you're looking for a cool video to be done, we know some guys.
Right. So I'm joined here every single week with my amazing co-host at Just Sabin. Sabin, how's your morning going so far, dude?
Man, it's going solid. I woke up like an hour ago, slept in a bit, ready to take the
Nice.
day by storm. How
Hell
about
yeah.
you?
No, I actually slept last night. Yeah. So
Ooh,
I'm
nice.
excited. Yeah, I had two all-nighters that I was just trying to figure a lot of stuff out, and I finally did. And then I woke up this morning, and I got up, and I was like, you know what, we got this. We're gonna take the day by storm, like you said.
Okay.
What are we talking about today, Sabin? This is episode 11, so I guess we ran out of shit to say.
Yeah.
But no,
Like
we have a
4
topic.
episodes ago, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, guys, we've been just sucking on wind. No, we have a topic for you. I actually think it's an amazing topic. What are we gonna delve into today?
We're going to be talking about streaming. At least a big portion of this is going to be talking about streaming, best ways to utilize your time, how to make content out of it, and most importantly, how to not waste your time if you're trying to become a streamer.
Yeah, dude, I love it. So this is for all you live streamers out there. If you are a live streamer, gaming content creator, talking head, you have a podcast, anything that requires the live element, me and Sabin can guarantee you that you're wasting hundreds, if not thousands of hours doing the wrong shit. And we're here to guide you. Don't worry, your Messiah has arrived. Can we say that? Are we allowed to? Guys, don't John Lennon me, okay? I'm not saying I'm better than Jesus. All right?
Well,
somebody... Quack commented on our tweet, Sabin, look at the camera. I know, my camera's up here and it always looks like I'm not.
Going on.
We're not NPCs, guys. We're real people.
Right.
So yeah, this one's a really good episode, guys, because me and Sabin actually have been doing live streaming for just as long, if not longer, than we've been doing like YouTube content. I don't know, Sabin. Like I started on Justin.tv. I don't know if you actually remember Justin.tv.
I remember it, but I never used it. Like that was a little before me.
Yeah, dude, Justin.tv was Twitch before Twitch was Twitch, and getting a live stream onto Justin.tv required you to literally connect to their servers manually. We didn't have OBS. You had to screen capture it with Camry or whatever and then send a feed. It was crazy.
Jesus.
But yeah, guys, we've been in the game for a while, so we're going to teach you guys how not to waste your time, because a lot of you guys, literally all of you guys, every single one of you, us included, waste time by streaming, which sounds counterintuitive. But first, I wanted to give everybody updates, right? So we're
Yeah.
building OddManOut Studios. Building a company is fucking hard, in case you didn't know. That's why nobody's doing it.
Yeah. It takes some time.
Yeah. So I figured I went on a vision quest, Saban. I went on a vision quest the last 2 days, and vision quest just means I watched a lot of UFO documentaries on Hulu while I disassociated. But during my vision quest, I kind of like solidified plans and ideas, and now we're going to openly discuss them because we're building in public. That's like the whole purpose of like doing this like live stream is so that people can watch me and you do what we do, and hopefully not fail. But if we do fail, at least we get it on camera and we can submit it to Jackass. Yeah.
Right.
So some updates, gang. The Odd Man Out podcast. We missed an episode last week. We're terribly sorry. That's not going to happen again. So we're doing one episode every single week. It's going to be Wednesday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come crack a monster with us at 10 in the morning. Grab your coffees. I know everybody has their 9 a.m. like touch base circle back Slack bullshit. Just mute your boss. They're not important. They're going to fire you in a couple weeks, JK. Not really. That's terrible to say, dude. Layoffs are happening, guys. No, but seriously, like watching our show is going to help you guys pad against that and insulate. So,
yeah, seriously, the layoff season is around.
Yeah, so guys, one episode guaranteed every single week. My goal now, moving forward, and me and Save talked about this, every single week, I want to book a guest, okay? So this is episode 11. My goal from now until next Wednesday is to book a guest on the podcast. So yeah, we're gonna do that once a week. That I'm trying for that 10:30 a.m. slot, Save, but if not, then we'll do this, me and you, and then we'll do the other one, and then we'll just release the one with the guest.
Time.
Yeah, we just get extra episodes. Cool. So that's update number 1, guys. One episode every single week, guaranteed. Promise number 2, we're putting content out daily on YouTube Shorts. Saban has been hard at work cranking on edits. I have them all scheduled. I have everything scheduled now. All of our podcasts are out. They're scheduled. They're coming out daily. That's not going to be a normal thing. We're going to release the long video once a week as well. It's cool. So like, yeah, you guys will be getting weekly content, daily content on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@OddManOutStudio. That's update number 2. Yeah, definitely check it out. Take Flight's got the link in chat. Appreciate you, Flight. So that's update number 2. What that is going to do is it's going to expand our audience out, so we can start talking to more people. The reason we want to talk to more people is because I am working on we're building a community. So we're going to be starting a Discord channel. I haven't told Saban any of this, but we've talked about it before. It's just, So we're building an Odd Man Out Discord channel that anybody can come and join. I want to make a community of people who want to help each other so that when me and Sab aren't around, you guys can talk to each other and be like, yo, what do you think of this thumbnail? Hey, I'm going to upload a video, guys. Check it out. I want to build a community that's completely free. You're just going to be able to join. It's going to have like all of these resources and like links that I send to Saban. I'm going to start sending them publicly in our Discord channel. So like all the resources that Odd Man Out is reading and consuming, we're going to give to you guys for free. So join the Discord when it comes out. We'll keep you guys posted. Along that route, we are unlocking I'm creating a like a VIP kind of thing. This is new. This is something that doesn't exist, I don't think. So I've been reading a lot, Saban. Have you seen like all these editing courses online? Like you sign up, it's like $500. Yeah. So it's expensive, and it takes a lot of time. We don't have a course. I'm building a course, but we don't have a course because I'm not smart enough to have one. What I want to do instead, Save, is I want to make like the Blockbuster of content creators club, right? You're going to have like a little Blockbuster.
Going out of business.
Right, but you get a TV show 10 years later for the nostalgia jerk, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, we got the long plan. This is like a 20-year business. So what I'm building, Saban, is we're building a VIP access part of our Discord. And that is going to include founders updates. So what we did in the beginning of the show, I'm going to do a weekly, bi-weekly, I haven't figured out the cadence, but at least once a month, you're going to get the founders update where I'm going to give you guys soup to nuts everything that the company is working towards, how we're measuring it, and then how we're executing on it. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to be held accountable. I'm making the audience my boss, which is much, much easier than me being my own boss. Sabin, how do you feel about the audience knowing everything that we're doing?
I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be an exciting way to keep us accountable.
Yeah.
Is really what it is.
Yep. So we're building it, guys. We're working towards again, it's not going to be a course. I am working on some like actual guides to help you guys, but it's not a course. It's going to be like $2 and you guys will have like copy paste this and build a YouTube channel in like 10 minutes. It'll be awesome. So that's all the updates, dudes and dudettes. We're doubling down into the studio. So Sabin and I we got recalibrated. I got recalibrated. I have a schedule on my calendar now, and we're gonna be grinding. So I hope that sounds good to everybody. If not, then
very exciting stuff.
If not, then it's dead. Cool, gang. So that's all the Odd Man Out updates. Just another side note: this podcast is not sponsored. We have no sponsors. So to support us, there's a few things you can do. You can follow us on YouTube at Odd Man Out Studio. You can share our content out to your friends. When you guys hit that share button and send it to your mom's phone number and mom clicks it because she clicks on every link, it really helps us push the algo. It tells the algo that new people want to watch us and listen to us. So just give it a share. Or if you're a sponsor, if you run a course or a newsletter or you want to advertise some product that would fit our audience, we're open to sponsorships. I think we have a really cool opportunity for plugging people. Cool. Moving on, guys. Let's get to the meat of the episode. We're talking live streaming.
Yeah.
Mama.
Oh.
Sabin.
Yes.
I think you can paint this picture for me because I have faith in you. Because you've like grown, my friend.
Okay.
You're an expert now. Can you paint a picture of how you think 99% of live streamers take on live streaming?
Okay, let me grab the paint tools.
Yeah, I want you to paint a picture of how 99% of people handle live streaming currently.
So what they're gonna do is they're gonna download OBS or Streamlabs, your preferred streaming service, and they're gonna hit the go live button, and they're probably going to play whatever they were doing for like 3 to 7 hours at a time. And then they're gonna do this like 3 to 4 times a week. And then they're gonna just keep doing that with pretty much no difference except maybe changing the game they're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you fucking nailed that. That was we didn't even we didn't prep that one, guys. I threw that at Sabin and he just read my mind. Yeah. So if that sounds familiar, boy, do we have a product for you. The solution is free. Stop fucking streaming so much. You goddamn animals. You're crazy. Sabin, why do you think
not a good use of your time.
Why do you think new streamers like focus so hard on like uptime, right? Like why do you think it is that like they just naturally gravitate to this pattern?
I think normally just like a common thought is that if you have more time that you're live, there's more opportunity for you to be seen, right?
Discoverability.
If you're on 7 hours, there's more likely in this extra 5 hours somebody might click on your stream than those hours you're not live, right?
Dude, oh my God, Sabin. We got to start a college, I'm telling you. That's it, dude. That's exactly it. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with it. You absolutely. It's the discoverability paradox. Okay, so like new streamers, we're not judging you. I'm not making fun of you. This is something that literally me and Sabin have done ourselves. We still do it from time to time. Sorry, I'm fixing my camera. It's called the discoverability paradox. So everybody who streams on Twitch knows this. Twitch is not a discoverability platform. For our new audience, for people who are new to this, discoverability is just the ability for a viewer to find your channel, right? Somehow. For YouTube discoverability, for example, when you load up youtube.com, the recommended page on the front, that's called discoverability. That's like a certain way of being discovered. Twitch doesn't have that. Okay, so Twitch relies on people believe that the longer you stream, the more hours you're live, It's like a net, and they think that because the net is bigger, they're gonna get more viewers, and then it doesn't happen, right? Because you're not being discovered. So
Yeah.
that's faux pas number one. And I had to pause to say it because there's another word that I say, which apparently it means like your stomach goes over your pant. Faux pas is when your stomach
Yeah.
goes over your belt line, but a faux pas is a mistake.
Yeah.
You're learning a lot of shit today, dudes. So yeah, guys, it's the discoverability paradox. So new streamers, guys, when you're streaming, your head's in the right place. You're thinking, okay, how do I get the most discoverability? Sabin, what is one thing that you know gets more discoverability? Like just something today that somebody could do. One tiny tip, right?
Mhm.
On something that is way more productive and takes less time to be discovered. So I've live streamed. I have one live stream and a VOD. What is like one thing I can do that's not live streaming that has discoverability?
Make a clip. Make a make some
Right.
form of content for literally any of the other like 8 major platforms.
Boom. There you have it,
There
guys.
you go.
So guys, again, Sabin, like if you're live streaming, you're probably streaming to like your laptop, which is one viewer, your mom who clicked on your link, which is fine, but she's eventually not going to watch it because technology is going to outpace your mom. I know, scary thought, dude. And but your streams aren't capturing new audience, right? So if you had a moment on a live stream, you already have the VOD, and you learn how to edit, and you just cut the section out. I'm not even saying edit. You just cut the moment out, the 30 seconds, and you post that on YouTube Shorts. You'll get 1,000 views. Like we
Yeah.
do this. Me and Saban do this every single day. It's like I'm telling you, I'm guaranteeing you 1,000 views in one day if you post 3 YouTube Shorts. And then
There
if they
you go.
don't, it's because your titles fucking suck and you should hit us up.
Yeah, you should definitely look at the word.
Yeah. So there's obviously caveats, but if you're streaming, if you're thinking to yourself, you wake up today and you're super like, oh yeah, I'm streaming today. I'm so excited, Saban. I'm gonna play Call of Duty. I'm gonna complain about matchmaking and how the boobs are taking over Twitch and stealing my views. That's what I'm gonna do
Yeah.
today, right? And
Love
you're
that.
thinking, what do I need to do to accomplish that? And your little peanut brain goes to, oh, I should go live. I want you to slap yourself in the face and say, no, dude, I have a VOD from yesterday, and you're just going to go instead to that VOD, and I'm going to force you. Take one moment out, 30 seconds. Pick 30 seconds of your most funniest moment, saddest moment, whatever moment, and I want you to put it on YouTube Shorts and tell me that you don't get more people that saw your shit than your Twitch stream. And if I'm wrong, come find me because I'm willing to bet my reputation on that. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, underrated. LinkedIn, dude. If you're on fucking LinkedIn, there's no videos on LinkedIn. So we just saved you what, Saban? You said they're streaming for 7 hours, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How
I
long
mean,
do you
if
think
you're
it takes to get a
streaming,
clip from a VOD and post it on YouTube Shorts with no editing? You just need to clip it.
yeah, I mean that's like a 15-minute process, maybe 20
Yeah.
minutes.
And if it takes you guys like an hour, again, hit us up. We can show you guys. We don't gatekeep. We're just gonna give you guys the shortcut to do it. I'm building like an entire here's a free everything. How to edit for free, how to download this for free. Yeah. So guys, right off the cuff, if you're thinking about streaming for a lot of hours, ask yourself, why am I streaming for hours? And if you're saying I'm streaming for hours to catch a new audience, get that out of your head. That's a myth. It doesn't work like that. All right. Now I want to break down Saban's hypothetical 99% streamer, because your streamer
Okay.
is what the average is doing.
Yeah,
So
most
what you
people.
so when they stream Saban, what does the story like? What is a typical? I shouldn't have even said story. What is a typical 99% live streamer who picked up COD? What does their stream look like?
Them playing Call of Duty for like 6 hours. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's it.
I like honestly, unless you're a streamer who's pre-planning your streams, which is also normally only like a top percentage of content creators, it's
Mm-hmm.
probably just the same thing that every other content creator is doing. That every other streamer is doing, I guess I should rather say.
Right.
Which is why you got to make yourself unique. If you're not going to be finding some way to make your streams crazy unique, like very few people get found that way, but there's that one kid who like he held the raves in his room,
Yeah, with the
and it's just, like that
pyrotechnics. Yeah.
exactly, and like
Yep.
that's somebody who's like he has a super interesting niche that like it's actually worth watching his streams. But like unless you have fans or you have a purpose to your stream, you're kind of just wasting your time streaming.
Yeah.
Unless you're also like you're just trying to get better at streaming, like that's a good purpose to stream in general. That's one of the reasons I stream sometimes on my personal channel. I try to get better at like commentating and such. But
Yeah.
it's definitely not the best way to grow. It's a means to continue growing, but it's not going to be your start for
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's a trap. I think it's like you think it's productive, right? Because you hit go
Yeah.
live, so if you're streaming, you're being productive, and it's just not the case. Because like you said, like it's funny because like we always hit these topics like again, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, but like intention, right? Like you said, like what is the purpose of you streaming? That's called intention, right? And if you're just playing Call of Duty and your intention is to play Call of Duty, well, that's what like 100 million other people are doing, right?
Right.
Like that's literally what 100 million. So what are the odds that out of 100 million people, you're actually not zero, dude? You're not. Go play the lottery. You have a really good chance of hitting the lottery. Um,
Yeah, and most of these categories, like they've got even if you're going at the most absurd hours, like there's always people in these categories. Like
right.
going back to that wide net thing, like even if you're testing the wide net, you're going against like 1,000 other people who are also trying to do the exact same thing of just I'm going to stream a lot hoping that I get noticed. And even in that scenario, like there's always somebody famous streaming. Like
Right.
there's people in different time zones. So even in like the US when all of the streamers are going to sleep, which some of them have sleeping streams, okay? Even
Right.
when they're asleep, you can't beat them in viewers, okay? Then they'll just go to their Korean streamer or the streamer in Italy who just woke up. Like there's you're never going to get noticed that way
right.
because there's always somebody who's doing something who's probably already got a bigger start than you
Yeah. Yeah.
because
No, you're
they did other stuff, you
because
know?
they already did it. Yeah, they already did other stuff. He was busy building pyrotechnics in his room while
Right?
you were playing Call of Duty again. Like, and you're
Like
still in fucking
Ludwig.
gold, dude. Like you're.
Ludwig's one of the biggest examples of like a huge streamer, right? And
hmm
the biggest thing that started his growth was the YouTube videos that he made from his streams. Like those led to his streams growing huge because people
Right.
were like, "Oh, his streams are interesting as hell. He makes a YouTube video out of every single one." Right?
Yep.
But
And
like I didn't know of him until he started making YouTube videos. I know a lot of people who didn't until he started like 2 or 3 years ago consistently uploading.
yeah, because there was no way to discover him unless you just scrolled past him on Twitch and got lucky. But like, or a friend was like, "Yo, you got to see this guy." But like,
Right?
that's
Like he
not
was a
a
speed runner. So
right.
like that
But
has its own niche, but like that's not something I'm gonna rent.
right, exactly. And especially because he was a variety streamer, and I know a lot of you guys are variety people, right? So
Yeah.
Ludwig realized that like Saban wasn't going to be captured when he does, Tetris videos, and I wasn't going to be, and so what he did was he went into each stream with intention. He thought to himself, and this is like the recipe. This is literally the Ludwig formula, guys. He's before he goes live, he asks himself, "What's the title of the YouTube video I'm trying to create?" Right? Chess boxing, right? Let's just use that as an example. He's like, I want to have uh, content creators chess box with each other. So now you have a really catchy title, right? That's not the title, but they have a really like clickbaity title that people want to watch. He has the thumbnail because that's easy, and then when he goes to live stream for 8 hours, he knows he's building a story. So in that 8 hours, he now is just going to say, okay, what is story point number 1, story point number 2, story point number 3, and then the conclusion, right? So the 8 hours becomes an actual story. It's all intent. But that is the Ludwig recipe. Like dead ass, guys.
Yeah.
Like don't, it's what he's doing every single time. It's not magic. It is like a formula.
And he's one of the few examples of a streamer who I think can be live for like 7 to 8 hours and it
Mm-hmm.
actually be purposeful because he's planning it. And this is no shots at anybody who does this, obviously, but there are a lot of people who I know and just in general do this who will like they'll play Valorant or like Counter Strike or any FPS ranked game, and they'll just go live for like 7 hours or so because they're playing ranked or whatever, right? But like it's not are you making like some big video out of it? Like are you looking what's the goal of that, right? Like, what's the purpose of somebody watching you play ranked over an actual professional,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Which
Yep.
is it's hard to do, especially as a gamer. That's something that you should really be thinking about is why would somebody be watching me over somebody who's very clearly better than me?
And I'll take it one step further, right? So, like, say you do want to play Call of Duty ranked that bad, like you want to compete. All right, cool. So if you do get into a lobby with Nade Shot and you beat Nade Shot and you live streamed it to your 3 viewers, good for you. Your 3 viewers watched you beat Nade Shot. But if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's around to hear, did the tree actually fall? If you didn't fucking record that video and put it up somewhere, then did it happen? Nobody's gonna
Exactly.
believe you, bro, that you beat Nade Shot in the lobby. So you need distribution, right? Again, it all boils back to streaming with intent. That's a great live stream for a Call of Duty streamer. I beat Nade Shot at Call of Duty ranked. Boom, there you go. Go in now when you play your lobbies, go in every game, ask people if they're Nade Shot, and I just made your next video. Right? I
Right?
take that fucking idea and go do it. Like I beat Nade Shot in Call of Duty ranked. Like you're gonna fucking pop off and make
Yeah.
sure you actually deliver on it.
Trying to beat pros in Call of Duty
Right.
ranked. That would probably be another good one because there's so
Exactly.
many of them, right? Like
Exactly.
there's just have intent with what you're doing. There's obviously a way. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is a real comment. Actually, I thought that
Yeah.
was
No, it's
an
not a
ad for
bot.
a second. Yeah, I just have intent with what you're doing for sure, and it's hard to do sometimes, but make sure that what you're doing has an overall purpose, so that you can make more content out of it.
Right. Right. Intent is huge, guys. And again, it's like we're not telling you to stop gaming and we're not telling you to stop streaming. I'm just saying stop wasting your time doing it and instead of 8 hours, boil it back to 2 hours. I'm going to get to the next topic, but I want to read this comment. So, GZ said, I still see the clickbaity titles. So a streamer will take a game that's popular like Harry Potter, but title their stream Why the Harry Potter Game Sucks. So now the algorithm draws in people, hence pumping their numbers and giving them high CPS. Yeah, I mean it's not it's clickbait is such like a people have such a negative connotation. I think clickbait is a neutral term. I think there's good clickbait and bad clickbait. If their stream is about why the Harry Potter game sucks, and they're streaming it like that person with that title, either A, they're just they kind of had a feeling that their gut was like, ooh, if I title it this way, I'll get more views. Or 2, this is an actual content creator who's hunting for a YouTube video. If you look at our live stream right now on Twitch, it says like how to actually be a live streamer. I'm literally giving you guys the title to our next YouTube video because
Right.
that's how we think, right? So like I'm even breaking the fourth wall there, right? So like that person that you just described, GZ, either had a gut instinct, right? But this is most people. Most people just feel something. They're like, ooh, if I do this, then it like they recognize more numbers, but they might not know the tangible why. Or 2, that person is high, like they actually know, they're cognizant of what they're doing. They're like us. So it's something to think about like when you watch it. It's like watching a movie and knowing how lighting works. It's really cool once you guys start to see how it all kind of clicks together. So moving on to the next point, I just wanted to answer the comment. Guys, we're live every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. We'll read the comments live, so definitely come out to the show and ask us stuff. We love stuff like that, or even just make comments. Cool. So there's this rule that I learned about when I was it in college or maybe like right after college? It's this rule called the 80-20 rule, and I've mentioned this to you, Saban, a couple times. The 80-20 rule is something that I apply to everything I do because I'm running a company that has no funding and only has 2 people like working on it, and it doesn't make money, right? So like I have to apply the 20-80 rule, the 80-20 rule all the time, whichever order it goes in, because I only have so many hours in the day. And the 80-20 rule is the rule that's going to help you, the live streamer, make better decisions consciously. So what the 80-20 rule, guys, is how can you get 80% of the results you want by doing 20% of the effort, okay? And that's the basic example of that is like we said, instead of streaming for 8 hours to get 100 views, you can stream for 2 hours and get the 100 views in like 10 seconds of clipping, okay? And what that does is it frees up your mental bandwidth to then take on larger tasks or more important tasks or other tasks, right? You as a live streamer, think about it. Say, what are other things that like live streamers have to do? Like hunting sponsors? Like what's some
Yeah.
shit that like you're doing uh when you're not streaming? Like what are some things just you handle on a daily as a
I
streamer?
mean, you gotta obviously think about the content you're gonna make, thumbnails, editing the shorts slash the videos, coming up with collab ideas,
Reaching out to
ideating with
collabs.
other creators. Exactly.
Yeah, there's
And
guys,
that's
so
5 things just off the top of my head.
so if you're streaming 8 hours a day for 4 days a week, you're at 32 hours a week. That's almost a full-time job. People work 40 hours a week, bro. You're 8 hours below full-time and you're getting nowhere. So why wouldn't you just stream for 2 hours, right? And then spend the other 80% of your time, like, or spend, yeah, you have 80% of your time freed up. So now go and like either get better at editing, go find those collabs. Like, if you're not streaming, you're growing. And if you're streaming, unless you're a pro, like Saban said, you're not growing. Very, very seldom will you see a stream like pop up unless you get rated. You know, there's like all these outside factors, you know, that people hope for. But we don't have to make streaming a lottery.
Right.
I think a lot of streamers look at like live streaming like hitting a lottery. They're like, oh, if I stream long enough, eventually I'll just be like Ninja. It's like that's not how that works. Ninja, his wife beat his ass into like building a brand, and it was really smart, right? Like she managed his brand and freed up his mind to be able to go and generate content, right? So he generated the content, she generated all the other stuff that Saban just mentioned, and they were like, boom, like that's why they succeeded. Not because he was fucking streaming for 20 hours a day. It's because he had a content library.
No. It was all the advertised live, man.
Yeah, it was just streaming to every platform. No.
Just
So
constantly being live
oh my
perpetually.
gosh, perpetually being live is the worst thing, guys. It's a huge, 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 huge mistake. Okay, the
Yeah,
only
not a good use.
acceptable time is like Saban said, if you're a pro and you can climb because people are finding you, cool. Or B, if you can somehow, I can't even think of a really good reason. I really can't think of a reason why you would
Yeah.
live stream. You know, Saban edits in live streams now. That's a moment where you could, right? If you're still
Yeah.
building a brand on top of building a brand, if you can like it's called synergy. Synergy is when two things work together. So Saban needs to edit a video, but Saban wants to build his personal brand. So Saban has to edit anyway. He live streams his edits and boom, he creates a union. That's called synergy. So Saban is building his brand while getting paid. That's the only acceptable
Mogul
time.
moves.
Right. Mogul moves. That's the only acceptable time, I think, when you could be live all the time. Right.
Yeah.
But think about it. You're still getting sucked into like you're opening yourself up to like just hours of content that you think you have to sift through. Right. So like keep it simple, guys. Really keep it fucking easy. Like start saying no more. Right? Like you just got to start even to yourself like no, dude, stop playing Call of Duty. You're not going to go pro. I'm sorry. I'm in gold. Like you got to
What?
I know it's hard to admit, but if you're in gold, build your brand, dude. Build your brand on the fact that you're never going to get out. That's awesome. Like that's a story. I'm not telling you guys to give up on your niche or your idea. I'm saying to wrap it, like make it unique. Saban's the one that actually said that. Like find what makes it you, right? Like can you extrapolate that on that, Sabe? Like cuz you do CS content, right? And CS has been around for years. So like how do you apply that to when you make your CS content? Cuz your stuff is super different.
Yeah, I kind of just, I think it's much easier to do stuff that is more authentic to the way that you create content. So I tried to find a way that I could take an already iconic thing, Counter-Strike, and make it more fun for a casual viewer base is kind of what I tried to do. But yeah, just like the comments that actually finding your niche is the key to success, both professionally and personally. And I think that's the way to do it. You gotta find what's already working, tinker it, or find what's not working, figure out how to make it work, right? That's a lot more work though. If you want to put in a lot less work, then find what's working, tinker it to make it your own thing, and go from there.
Right, right. And there's no original ideas, right? So it's like Saban's not coming up with new stuff. He's just merging ideas from other things he's done and seen and has been inspired by and merging it. He's synergizing with CS, which is like where that beautiful marriage happens. That's like
Yeah.
why our podcast, I love doing this, is because it's literally where I get to talk to Saban for an hour and just we get to talk about shit that I love, and that's building towards I'm building towards like goals, right? Like synergy, exactly. And then this gives us a content library to share our knowledge, right? So it's synergy. I get to make the content that I want to make live, and it all just marries together. Um, okay, so before we move to the next topic, Saban, do you want to read that question? That's a really good
Yeah,
question.
and I actually have an interesting insight on it. We have a comment that says, "Where on your list do you rank giveaways as a way to keep a steady stream of live viewers?" Um, I think that if you can somehow, which keep in mind that this is like almost no one in the world realistically, if you can somehow manage to consistently always be giving away shit, go for it. But that's nobody. So don't do that. Don't make your brand on it. It won't work. There like unless you're Mr. Beast, right? Who literally gets like $1 million sponsors per video.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's got the money to be giving away. Or somebody who's like has a huge gambling sponsorship are pretty much the only other people who are like perpetually giving shit away. It's not going to work. And what's going to happen is that once people realize that you're not giving away things as consistently, they're going to stop watching because that's 99% of the reason they're watching. Even if you're entertaining, even if
Yeah,
you're fun to watch and they like you as a person, they probably started watching because of the giveaways. Assuming that's what you're trying to build the brand off of. And once that goes away, there's so little incentive for them to stay instead of watching any of the other creators that they already probably liked.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It
yeah.
that's really well said. Giveaways are just unsustainable, right? Like they cost money. Um, to add on to that too, uh, where was I gonna take that? Um, yeah, giveaways. Oh, it's cutting corners, right? It's cutting corners because here's what like the what you see, right? So humans want dopamine, right? As a content creator, we get our dopamine from numbers. Number go up because we're lizard brain, right? Number go up. Ooh, this is keep going, keep doing this, right? We want the hit. And when you do a giveaway, you're bringing in lots of numbers, and you're like your dopamine receptors are going, they're firing off like crazy. But
Yeah.
then your entire career becomes what can I give away? And every comment becomes when giveaway, right? They're not
Yeah.
there. The incentives are not aligned. So what we talk about on our show is what are you trying to accomplish? Like the value that we're trying to bring to you guys is like building your brand so that you don't get fucked over by a job or so you can stop being miserable at your job. Like whatever your reason is, like we just want to help you achieve that through content. Um, and the incentive for you guys is like, oh, if you listen to us, you can grow, right? So like we're not building a relationship on false premise. Like we're not promising you guys a billion views. We're not promising you guys free money. We're not promising you guys. We're just saying, hey, if you listen to us talk long enough and like apply one or two things, you could make it. So yeah, I think giveaways. There's a time and a place, guys. Again, just to cap the topic, sponsor opportunities, giveaways are great for collabs, or if you have the free like bandwidth and you're like, hey, like if for good causes, like Dr. Lupo does great giveaways for like St. Jude's, right? Like, there's a time and a place, but don't build your brand on gimmicks. Don't build
Yeah.
your brand on cutting corners and just like how do I like growth hack it. Our channel has 188 subscribers, but it doesn't matter because I'm literally getting hit up by people who are like, yo, that video helped, right? They're like, this is awesome. Like it's helping. So like I know we have an engaged audience. You guys are here talking to us on a fucking Wednesday morning at 11 in the morning. Um, so yeah, giveaways, stay away from it. Try to build something authentic. And if you don't have a product, you are the product. So like sell yourself. Um, reading chat. You've seen a bunch. What's up, Random Rick? Guys, again, thank you for tuning in live. Random Rick,
Yeah.
welcome to the chat. Shepherdess, always good to see you. GZ, I love the comments. Keep them coming. When starting a new Insta, should we like related accounts to build reciprocal likes? Really good question. should you follow other accounts? Yeah. So when you make a new Instagram account, here's kind of like my battle plan for new Insta accounts. Make the account. You want to optimize your bio for search. It's called social search. People are now going to Instagram to find out if a restaurant sucks or not, right? So if you're starting whatever, a foodie, like Atlanta local foods Instagram, for example, optimize your bio for search, which means what are people typing in search, and make sure that those words are in your bio. Restaurant, foodie, reviews, right? Boom. There's an optimized profile. Second, make sure your image has something to do with the product, right? The brand. So put food or put your host, right? People like people. People don't like brands. Then number 3 is where you're at. You want to follow other people that you aspire to be, who have the following that you want. So you're going to find other foodies. You're going to follow them, but you're not going to follow them for reciprocation. All right. This is where people get fucked up. You're not going to follow them to get a follow back. That's skeezy. That's follow for follow. We don't do that anymore. We're authentic, right? Again, people like people. People don't like brands. People will see you following and then commenting or liking, and they'll think that you want something because you do. No, it's not an oops. This is great. This is a really good conversation. People will automatically assume that your brand wants something and that you're clout farming. What you want to do through your content, through your comments, the way that you talk to people online, follow the accounts that you aspire to be, because that's where your audience is. Great. When they post something, I want you to be the first person to watch it. Actually watch what they made. Read what they typed and analyze it. And I want you to say, okay, I'm making content like this. What's my spin on this? What's my actual opinion on this? And then put it in the comments. Hey, I agreed with you. Here's why. Hey, I disagreed with you. Here's why. Hey, this is a great insight. It made me think of this moment when. And your goal should be, how can I give this person, this content creator, more value? How can you elevate their content? And then that's where authenticity takes root, because your audience is going to see how genuinely you care about that topic, so much that you're going to comment on your competition. Right? There's no more competition, guys. Don't even think about it. So yeah, follow 10 accounts that have 100,000 plus followers doing what you want to do, and genuinely give a shit forever, right? Only need to do 10. This takes like an hour of commenting back. That's the new Insta blueprint, like super quick. Sabin, thoughts? I don't know if you do Instagram as much, you know.
I don't do Instagram too much, so I don't have a ton of input. But I do agree that commenting and interacting with accounts that are very similar can help. I know on TikTok that's a really good way of doing it, where if you just reply to accounts that are kind of similar to yours, that's a great way to get followers. I think I have like close to 200 followers on TikTok. I've never posted a single thing on my account. I solely have commented on some stuff, and people just really like my comments.
Yeah.
So I think be a genuine person, interact with them correctly, and think of yourself as, think from the viewpoint of the person who might follow you up. Make an insightful enough comment that might make somebody think, I wonder what this person posts that might be related to this.
Right. So I love that. So to wrap it up, guys, on like new accounts, yeah, definitely follow accounts that are in your niche. Definitely engage with them, because you're gonna learn from them. Like, you should just be wanting to see what's up, and it shows your community you care. So like, build on authenticity. Like my goal for OddManOut is actually to get on Reddit and start going to like YouTubers, like the subreddits, and just answering people's questions. I'm not getting paid to do that. I'm just going to do that because it's valuable. I have the information, and I'm not going to gatekeep it. So for 10 minutes every day, I'm just going to go answer questions as OddManOut Studios. And then people will be like, okay, these guys are talking a lot. Like, let me see what it's about. Maybe. And if they don't, cool. I gave them the answer and they found it. And that's what the internet's for. I think it's a beautiful thing when that happens. New streamers, Sabin. Back to new streamers. What other things stand out to you that could help a new streamer if they're considering streaming? What you got? Any like major things about streaming?
I think make sure we've already kind of talked about having a purpose, obviously, but make sure that what you're doing you actually enjoy and you're aligned with. Don't just stream something because you think, oh, this is what's popular right now, or this is what everybody's streaming, or this is what people like. Like, make sure you're streaming what you want to stream.
I like that.
If what you really want to stream and you're thinking to yourself, I want to become a Call of Duty ranked live streamer, and I want to try to mark my progression to becoming one of the top 250, then make your streams around that. Make your streams interesting on your climb, your falls, make YouTube videos off of that. Like there's so much that you can do, even if you do want to be generic. Even if that's what you want to find yourself doing is something kind of generic, you can find ways to make it entertaining. You can find ways to spin it and make it your own. And I think that's what it is. Just try to be authentic with what you want to do. Don't go live streaming just seeking popularity. It's so few people who do truly reach like a I can sustain myself by live streaming. So
Yeah,
don't go into it thinking about that. Go into it like this is what I want to get out of live streaming. This is what I want to try to accomplish, and that's what I'm going to go.
dude, that's so true. You gotta start with you, and start where you're at. Because if you just go where you think the attention is, but like you hate where the attention is, like you're not gonna have fun making it. It's gonna be streaming, guys. Spoilers is a fucking struggle. Content creation is hard. This is a full-time job. Okay, so like even if you love what you do, it's still gonna be hard.
Yep.
Regardless. So why the hell would you do something that isn't aligned with what you want to do? Like, it's go get a job then. Go work for somebody else.
Right.
It's counterintuitive. So like you're already starting from like your incentives are misaligned. Like your reason is you're starting at a negative value before you've even given yourself a chance to succeed. So find like what I tell new content creators before they even build their channel is like sit down and on a piece of paper. I know it's like archaic. On a piece of paper or on a Google Pads, like a notepad, type in a like brainstorm for like literally 15 minutes. Write everything you fucking love to do. Just put it on a document, right? And you're going to have like 30 different things, 40 different things. And then what I do is I go around and I circle all the things that kind of have similarities where like they overlap. So like I liked gaming and I liked YouTubing, right? So I would circle those two. And then when you get enough circles, you're like, okay, now a pattern appears. And you can say, all right, cool. I like editing, I like gaming, and I'm good at producing content. Boom, I'm going to make esports content, right? And then you're there. So, like, start with yourself and get to know yourself. Write down what your interests are, and also write down what you're not willing to do. Because I think that's just as important, so that when sponsors come along, you're like, hey, no, that's outside the lines of what I'm willing to do. Yeah, definitely start authentic. I think that's something that even me and Sabin have done. Like we've run a lot of different channels, and the times when we were making the content we weren't liking was fucking hell, dude. It was like it made like I'm sure you wanted to quit. I wanted to quit several times, and I was just like, dude. Luckily, it changed.
One other piece of advice, just based off of random Rick reviews comment, is that they said that you have to get used to talking into the abyss sometimes, and I think that's huge. And what I've started doing over the last like year or so of streaming is whenever I go live, act like there's always people there. Don't pay too much attention to the numbers because you don't know how many times I'd like have 0 viewers and then all of a sudden I'd look over and I have like 8 or 20 or people come in at different times, but you want to always be acting like there's people there, like you're making genuine content, because then when people do show up, you don't have to like put yourself into that mindset, of like, oh, now I have to be a streamer. You want to
Yeah.
always be doing that. You want to always be feeling like there's somebody watching me, there's people being entertained. Because even if there is nobody watching, then you have that potential content being made after the stream. You don't want to have your 2-hour VOD be you like not really doing anything because there
Right.
wasn't people watching then. You need to find those viewers sometimes in the external platforms, which is what most of this podcast was about.
Exactly. And to add on to that, like it doesn't matter if you have viewers, because every stream now you're going to stream with with intent. So you're not streaming to talk to viewers. You're streaming to get the content to edit that is going to get millions of views. That is what you're streaming with intent. So if you have 0 viewers or 1,000 viewers, the fundamentals are all the same. You're just in there hunting for content. And if you go in with intent, the numbers shouldn't fucking matter, because you're talking to your YouTube viewers. You're talking to who your future viewers are. Yo, thank you for the follow. Akalori?
Akalori, I think so.
Akalori, thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. Welcome to the Odd Man Out podcast. So yeah, it's just like it's the view count doesn't matter, guys. Like live stream numbers don't matter at all. I know it sounds really weird, but like people, you're not making sub money. You're not relying on it. You should be building your audience. You should be focused on building your brand, like the fundamentals of your brand, right? Like people forget content is a lot like karate. I don't know. Say, did you ever take karate?
Yeah, I did.
What belt did you get to?
I got to yellow belt.
Damn, did you beat
The
me?
best color.
The best one. So in karate, something that I like about karate is I learned this the other day. There is no difference, and I'm going to get so flamed for this from the karate community if they hear it and it's wrong. There's no difference between black belt and the one that's right below it besides time. There's no difference. I had no fucking clue. I was like, oh, it's just like chopping more wood, right? I was like, all right, they got to do more, routines and katas. They call them katas. So in karate, I thought, okay, the more katas you know, the higher the belt. There's no difference, say, between a black belt and I think it's a purple belt. The only difference is
it's purple or brown, one of those two.
right,
Yeah.
but there's no difference besides time. You just don't get your black belt until you've put in the time, right? So from 0 viewers all the way up through your goal, and most people's goals are underselling, right? 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 followers, like whatever your numbers are too small, in my opinion. But anywho, you're building the fundamentals, right? You're just putting your time in from your purple belt to your black belt. The black belt's there. There's no other test. This is the test. The whole game is just making it to that point. All right? So I want you guys to like think about it. This isn't like a level up system. There's no like level up system here in place where like if you do X tasks, you'll level up. You're all just building the fundamental building blocks of your brand, okay? So I think if we just step back and we kind of keep the fundamentals alive, it's much, much easier. As Saban goes to yell at chat.
Yeah, honestly. Hello, Lori. I completely forgot that I know AK.
Oh,
Lori.
Saban knows. Okay. Welcome, Lori, to the channel.
Yeah, thank you for the follow.
Thank you. Yeah, guys. Just a reminder for our audio listeners, we stream this every single Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we have a video experience, which means you can watch us live and actually type in chat questions to us. And it doesn't have to do with the episode topic. It can be about anything you want, and we'll answer it here. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, that's just a shameless plug for the Twitch. So it's twitch.tv/OddManOut Studio. And then we put all these episodes up onto YouTube. So welcome. And if you guys follow us live, we'll shout you out.
Shout out.
Dude, new streamers, dude, they have it hard. The cards are really stacked against them. Yo, thank you, Random Rick Review. A little RRR
Followers?
is following.
Let's go.
I know. No, it's we're converting. The
conversion is crazy.
Welcome. Saban, any last like thoughts about being a new streamer? Words of guidance, wisdom, do's, don'ts. Any last thoughts? Like, there's no.
Don't spend too much time worrying about how your first streams are gonna go. Just do it. You know, you're going to learn so much more by. I hate to say the word failing because honestly, there are so few ways you can really fail as being a content creator. But the only way you can learn to get better is by doing it, by having shit go wrong, and then realizing how to fix that and how to improve. So don't be afraid to get started. Have intent. Enjoy what you're doing. That's the whole point of streaming in the first place, is to just have a good time, entertain some people, hang out with potential friends and fans. But yeah, I think those are my main tips.
Yeah, I really like that. What I'll add is if you're a new streamer and you're streaming more than twice a week, I want you to fucking stop. Don't add a second stream to your content workflow until you figure out what to do with one VOD. Okay?
Yeah.
So if I see you guys complaining because I don't have viewers, there's nobody here, all the booby streamers are taking my viewers. They're not taking your viewers. They're just distributing their content onto TikTok and other platforms while your lazy ass is playing COD. All right?
Yeah.
So if you're doing more than one stream a week and you're not maximizing that one VOD, how can you expect to do multiple and for extended hours? So I want you to take the amount of time you're streaming and cut it by 90%. If you're streaming 10 hours a week, I want you to stream 1 hour a week. And if you can't make content from that 1 hour, then I want you to focus on what you're going to do to make that 1 hour better. Making that content better does not mean doing more of the content. It means making that 1 hour better. And that's it. There's a ton of tips I can give you guys, but that's what I really want to leave you guys on is actionable. Cut it all down to one stream, and then I want you to learn how to distribute that hour.
And most popular content creators nowadays, they're not editing their own content. If they are at a point where they're doing this for a living, they're almost always paying people to be editing that. So they don't have to worry so much about cutting down their VOD like you're going to have to early on. So don't be looking at like, oh, well, Ludwig has the time to stream 7 times a week and he uploads all this content. Ludwig's got like 7 different dudes doing most of the stuff outside of the ideation and the content actual creating of it. He's got more time to stream. You as a beginner, definitely be thinking about how are you going to be maximizing that content because you don't want to put it to waste. Most of these big people, they don't have to worry about wasting it because they've got people who will make sure it doesn't go to waste. You though, really think about it. Really think about the best ways to utilize your content.
Yeah, guys. You're spitting facts, Sib. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap the episode. Something that I want to start doing is we'll wrap the episode. So we're gonna thank the Spotify listeners, and then for the next couple minutes at the tail end, we're actually gonna answer chat questions. Okay, so this is a new little breakdown. Guys, thank you for listening to the audio experience. If you guys like the show, follow it, download the episodes, give it a 5-star review if you can. We're on Spotify, Google Podcast, and Apple Podcast. It really means a lot. We'll be uploading these every single week on Thursdays or Fridays. I'm sorry. So every Friday we'll have a new episode on the Spotify podcast, or on all of them, on every single podcast. Sabin, where can people find you on the internet to keep up to date with what you're doing?
You should check me out on Twitter at Just Sabin. That's my main place, but also Twitch at Just Sabin.
Love that. And check out at Take Flight. They cracked the top 100, gang.
Top 100 in the 100 worldwide.
Let's go.
Danny, where should we find you?
Oh my gosh. I'm at Danny B Social on everything. I'm on LinkedIn. But more importantly, follow us, OddManOut. It's youtube.com/@OddManOutStudio. We're on Instagram as well, same handle, and YouTube. So now we're gonna break into our after show podcast. I've really always wanted to do this, and now we have a chat, so we can actually do it. So congratulations, Take Flight, guys. This is the after show podcast. So I'm actually gonna be in our Patreon. If you're a VIP member, we're gonna actually open up the audio so you can actually jump into the voice chat with us. It's gonna be really cool. But for now, we're gonna do it through chat. So, guys, if you have a question that you want us to answer, we've got 15 minutes extra here. So I'm just going to go down the list. GZ wants to know, when I see someone streaming Call of Duty and kicking ass, I hesitate to ask them questions because I want to get them distracted. What games do you find work well with a game stream and a just chatting combo to get live viewers? Ooh. Well, my gut instinct would be, here's how I view what game to play. The game is just like the canvas that you're going to paint on, okay? So think about like the game you're playing is just like the backdrop to showcasing your personality. If you can't focus playing Call of Duty because it's so fast paced that you're ignoring your viewers, then why are you streaming live and not just recording? Okay. Yeah. So like the combo, I don't have a combo for you specifically. I would just say find a game that matches your personal tempo and what you can keep up with, but don't lose sight on like the purpose of live streaming is to build your content library, but also to engage with people like we are right now. We're answering your questions. Sabin, what else do you have on combos of games to stream?
That's kind of why I like games like Valorant and Counter-Strike, just because there's that in-between portion where in between every round or after you die, you have that moment where you can like look at chat and kind of interact a bit more. I think with all competitive games, it's kind of a little more difficult though, from a streamer perspective of finding the like, I obviously want to be focusing because it's a competitive game, but I obviously don't want to ignore my chat. I think if your purpose for streaming isn't revolved around a ranked grind, you shouldn't be streaming ranked, honestly, unless you're prepared to tank your ranking a bit for content. Right. Because unless your content is I'm trying to get to X rank, they shouldn't really care that you're playing ranked, right?
Yeah.
You're just playing a game at that point.
Exactly. Always keep in mind, again, it's all about intent. What is the YouTube video you're trying to make? What is the cut down that you're trying to get, and how are you going to do it? What are the means of doing it? And then you just have to balance it, right? Talk to the audience. For us, it's as easy as during the podcast, we'll finish what we're talking about, and now we're doing an extra 15 minutes with you guys, right? So it's like very easy to like, my intent was to make a YouTube video. We got the content. You guys are watching it get made. And now I'm answering your questions, which I'm also going to cut into content, right? Because if you have these questions, boom, you guys are giving us more content. Cool. I know you said you upload these to YouTube. Why not have the live stream there as well? Really good question. Why? I'll be honest with you. Just complete transparency. When you stream on YouTube Live, if you want to get viewers, you got to have the thumbnail like ready. And me and Sabin don't know what our topic is normally until I fix this, right? I need to just get more organized. It's because I don't have a thumbnail prepped is why we don't live stream on YouTube. It's a really not an easy, and because, that, and again, if I got more organized, I could have titles, tags, and description, but I actually once a week will batch upload all of these episodes. So I'll actually sit on a Sunday for 4 hours and just download everything and upload it, and then do all the titles, tags, and optimization. So we just don't stream on YouTube. And Sabin likes Twitch better, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
You like Twitch better?
YouTube streaming is kind of excuse my French, but ass. Terrible.
Yeah, that's where
the clipping system doesn't work. If the
shit.
clipping system worked, it honestly wouldn't be terrible, but it doesn't work, so it's terrible.
Yeah, so
that's where I'm at.
Sabin's just native to Twitch. Like, me and Sabin were raised on Twitch. We know how Twitch alerts work and mods and subscriptions. Like, we know how to monetize on Twitch pretty quick too. Like, we could get affiliated pretty quick. But yeah, Sabin is based. I personally, my long-term bet is on YouTube Live. I think that like there's a transition happening, and Twitch is very popular, but I think they're gonna fall off, and I think like YouTube is just gonna absorb that audience eventually. But hey, we're gonna see where it plays out. Sabin disagrees.
It's all about Kick Gaming.
It's all about Kick live streaming, guys.
Kick the live streaming is the
Trainwrecks TV knows how to solve the.
If you're trying to watch adult content and gambling, Kick is the way to go.
Yeah, guys, that's these are really, really good questions. Do you guys have any other questions for us? We have 10 more minutes here, 9 more minutes. Twitch has more bells and whistles that are
YouTube
easier.
needs a bit more time to get it together. I kind of agree with Danny that I think long term YouTube Live is probably going to be the move, just because Twitch is like fumbling the bag terribly with a lot of the stuff they do. But what they do have is an actually good user interface, which YouTube doesn't have. So YouTube sucks. And that's really what it comes down to.
No, you're absolutely right. But Twitch hasn't changed in years, right? Like they haven't.
So like everybody's used to it,
right? So like it's because we're all conditioned to like, okay, this is the UI, this is how clips work, and shares and all that. Like, what I think will happen though is YouTube will eventually just like get all of it. They'll get there. And because Twitch has nothing to innovate on, eventually YouTube will have more to offer. But that's because I think in the next 10 years, we're moving towards like everything apps. And I think YouTube will become like a social network more than just a discoverability tool. I think YouTube is going to be a place where like where these ecosystems live. But that's a discussion for another day.
Like a YouTube Facebook hybrid.
Yeah. And even Reddit, right? Like somebody, I forget who said it, but imagine if the YouTube comment section functioned like Reddit. So when you commented and your thread got more upvotes because you brought more value to the comments, now your YouTube like profile is getting shown more. So like if I was like the most upvoted comment on a Mr. Beast video, right? You're going to like get more exposure. Yeah, not even a shout out. Like people just going to the video and he gets millions and millions of views. Like that's a million eyes that see your handle. But you have to provide value in forms of like educating people, inspiring people, or just entertaining them, being funny as fuck. But that's my prediction. Like imagine like that as a social network. YouTube's just gonna be powerful. But yeah, gang. Guys, you guys were awesome. We want to do this more. This is like the after show podcast. I know we don't have like a lot of stuff today. But we are building it out. If you guys have questions, you guys can always hit us out at oddmanout@oddmanoutstudio.com. It's an email address. I check it daily, so if you guys need help with your channels, if you need us to review anything, give you some inside tips, we're always around. Sabin, thank you for doing this with me. As always, you're amazing.
Yeah.
And guys, seriously, Sabin edits so much shit. Go follow him. He's like the manpower behind all this stuff. Like seriously, he lifts it. He gives me the ability to go and plan this stuff and produce it. So go drop him a follow. And chat, thank you. Seriously, for coming here on Wednesdays at 10:30 in the morning means a lot. Maybe one day we do a different time slot so more people can come in. We'll see. But that's it. That's it for the episode, guys. Thanks for staying after with us. Keep an eye out because I'm going to be building that Discord throughout the next couple weeks, and we will see you guys on the next one.
See you, everyone.